When you first arrive to an emergency scene, it's very important that you first size up the scene and ask the victim for consent. Once you've received consent from the victim, you can then wash your hands and put on your gloves to prevent the spread of any diseases. And so once you put on your gloves, you can then ask the victim for any complaints and do a primary check of the victim. And in this case, the victim complained of her leg, and she has broken her right leg. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a blanket and cover the broken leg. And we want to make sure that we keep her leg that's broken still, because we want to prevent any further injury. And so if we do need to move a leg, it's going to be her left leg. And so we're going to begin by taking scarves and putting them up under both of her legs, starting with the broken leg. And as we're doing this, we can talk to the victim and let them know what we're doing and why we are doing it. And so I'm just taking 4 scarves and I'm putting them up under her both legs. And if you don't have any scarves available, you can use shirts. And so once all the scarves are up under both legs, we can then start tying them. And before we tie them, we want to move that leg that's not broken closer to the broken leg. And when we tie these, we don't want the knot to be over the injured area. So I'm tying it over the leg that's not broken. And we also want to make sure that it's tight, but not too tight that's going to cut off her circulation. And we just want to remember not to move her broken leg. And so once we have finished splinting the extremity, we can then check her feet for any blueness or coldness in her foot, to make sure we haven't tied it too tight. And if we do experience any of that, we can just loosen these up. And so once we have properly, once we have splinted the extremity, we can then properly remove our gloves and dispose of them in the proper way in a plastic bag. And then once we've disposed of our gloves, we can go wash our hands.